You've done multiple startups. What have you seen this time around that were challenges that were either surprising to you or maybe different than you expected them to be? How did that go?
I think I mentioned a moment ago that I started this thing in around January 2020, and the world shut down in April 2020, and so that was an obvious challenge. And what's also come with that, I don't know the stats off the top of my head, but since early 2020, the number of people out there who are calling themselves coaches or advisors or consultants who are hanging their shingle and saying, pay me for what I know, has just increased exponentially.
God, it's exploded, hasn't it?
The market has just been flooded with so-called experts, so-called coaches, and so forth. And so that's a challenge. That's noise to rise above. I'm in the rise above the noise business. So I like the challenge, but it's been noisier and more crowded than I anticipated. The most recent and interesting challenge is the arrival of the machine learning copywriting tools, ChatGPT. I like to call them the AI copywriting robots.
AI is here, right? Yeah,
it is here. And I think that, if you go on to places like Reddit or into groups on LinkedIn and listen to some of the copywriting communities talk about it, there are some people who are in an absolute state of panic. There are some people who recognize it for what it is, which is an interesting challenge. Those who are not focusing on how to make their content more human, more captivating, more interesting, different, they will lose. They will fall behind because the haystack of sameness is growing exponentially. Because I mentioned that blog post about blah blah blah, delegation this, delegation that, and so forth, and that was written by a human being some years ago. And I made the comment that it's like 8 million other blog posts that were written about it. If you Google "give me delegation tips," you'll find that blog post, or blog posts like that many times over. Well, if there were 8 million such blog posts today or 2 months ago, there are going to be 8 billion of them now that the machines are unleashed. Anybody, you could go on to ChatGPT tomorrow and say, I want you to write a blog post with 5 tips about how to delegate and why it's important. And it would write that blog post for you in 12 seconds. And that blog post would do nothing to set you apart. And then if you said, well, make it funnier, ChatGPT could do that. And AI copywriting could do that. Write it in the style as if it's a Rodney Dangerfield stand-up routine. AI would drop all sorts of jokes about your wife into it and how you get no respect, and it would be funny, but it wouldn't be you. And that's what we're talking about. It's a challenge because now there's going to be more noise. There's going to be more content. And for me, there are going to be more people who say, well, why do I need to get help with this when I can just get a robot to do it for me? And my answer is because if you want to stand out beyond that giant haystack of sameness, you have to develop your voice, learn how to be creative and entertaining beyond what everybody else is doing, and stand out so that when people are getting to their inbox on Monday morning, they're saying, I want to go find that guy's email.